If you watch my channel on a somewhat regular basis, you know that I am pretty much my own demographic. So basically, I'm just like you. And when I make videos, specifically like this one, it's because if I'm going through something or dealing with something, chances are a lot of you might be going through something very similar. Life is always full of these moments of opportunities and uncertainty and decisions that can completely change your future. And taking chances, specifically the ones that have to do with personal growth or change in your trajectory, can be pretty scary. Now, just talking about men here, but of course women go through some of the very same things, but society's expectations and our own built-in limitations and boundaries can increase the fear of taking risks and taking chances. And this is absolutely normal, but men generally face more pressure because taking risks is something that we're supposed to do. I mean, think about it. Even back when we were kids, we took our bikes down the biggest hill we could find. We built the biggest sidewalk jumps we could possibly make. We snuck out of the house at night, even though we knew we were gonna get busted. And maybe we even stole our dad's brand new sports car in the middle of the night and then got pulled over by the cops because we didn't turn the headlights on. Well, maybe that one was just me. Let me talk a little bit about some of the fears that we're faced with when we think about taking chances or trying something new. And the first one is that big fear of rejection, specifically when it comes to fitting in with people or finding relationships. The fear of rejection prevents way too many guys from approaching women, making new friends, or even trying to fit into social circles where a guy might feel out of place. And in terms of relationships, I don't really talk about or even share that much of my personal life in these videos or even on Instagram. I mean, I have in the past a little bit on these videos, but I tend, for the most part, to keep that part of my life pretty private. With that said though, I think I might owe it to you guys just to let you know that a little more than a month ago, I ended a relationship with a woman that I had been seeing for quite a while. So I'm dealing with that right now. So when we talk about the fear of rejection when approaching women, because that's a big one for a lot of guys, I would encourage you to keep practicing. Just remember, you didn't know her a minute ago, so if you go up and say hi to someone and it turns out that she has a boyfriend already, it's all good because again, you didn't know her a minute ago. You're right back where you started, no harm, no foul, but at least you got up and did the thing. Now, do I have a fear of rejection? Yes and no, but mostly no. Now, sure, I might get a little nervous approaching women, but here's the thing. I know that my approach is coming from a very good place, and I know that my approach isn't coming off creepy or threatening. I've done it enough times to understand where and when is a good opportunity and when and where isn't. I know how to use my body language, and I generally know some things to say that will start a nice, friendly conversation. So again, I would encourage each and every one of you to continue working that muscle. I've got a lot more ground to cover in this video, but if your fears are keeping you from achieving the things that you know deep down you should be achieving, or if they're keeping you from doing the things that you know you should be doing, it's time to talk to someone and figure that out. The service that I trust and believe in is a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. This is a platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively and get the most out of therapy. They're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. And with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. Gentlemen, there's going to be a link down below in the description to betterhelp.com/fashion. Clicking that link is going to get you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so that you can connect with a therapist and get started on your therapy journey. All you do is fill out a quick questionnaire about what you're looking for, and then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist in as little as just a few days. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's messaging, phone, or even video. You can message your therapist at any time and then schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. And the really cool thing is, listen to this, if you don't click with that first therapist for whatever reason, which can be pretty common when you're first getting started, you can easily switch to a new therapist until you find someone you really connect with. So if you could use a little tune-up to get some of your questions answered, please consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link down in the description or go visit betterhelp.com/fashion to get that 10% off your first month of therapy. The link is down below. Thank you, BetterHelp, for supporting my channel and for sponsoring today's video. Now let's chat about the fear of failure, because this is one of the biggest fears men face when taking chances. Here's part of the reason why. Society teaches men that success is one of the defining traits of masculinity, and failure can be seen as inadequacy, and it's also a huge hit to our self-worth, because if I didn't do the thing that I set out to do, something must be wrong with me. The pressure to succeed is basically paralyzing, and it keeps men from starting new businesses, switching careers, or pursuing any type of new opportunity. For example, a lot of you know that I'm starting a new wine business, and if it fails, it's going to fail publicly. I might feel like I let myself down, but I'm also going to feel like I let all of you down. And that brings up the fear of judgment, because again, if I fail, everybody can take their shot at me and judge me or say whatever they want to say. And that fear of judgment is another reason that men don't push for something better or try something new, even if it's pursuing that one true passion or that one thing that you've always thought about doing. Now, this one is really interesting, and it's the fear of success. And it might seem counterintuitive, but the fear of success is a real fear that men face, because success could bring new challenges and new pressures, and achieving success might also lead to responsibilities and demands that you might not be prepared to handle. I mean, think about being just thrown into some leadership position that you're just not qualified for. You will have to deal with problems and responsibilities that you can't even imagine at this point. Fear of success can also lead to a fear of change, because success can also bring out changes in your lifestyle, your identity, and even your relationships. The one fear that I tend to gravitate towards the most is the fear of regret. So as far as the business I'm starting right now, I know I have to do it. And I know that if I didn't do it, I would regret it for the rest of my life. I mean, look, you guys, I am 55 years old, and I've got maybe 20 good solid years in front of me, and I don't want that lifetime of regret waiting for me at the end. I feel like the stakes are high, and now is my opportunity. I would rather try it and fail publicly than not try it at all. But a lot of men fear that if they make the wrong choice, they'll look back with regret. You might look back and wonder what might have been if you took a different path. But if that's your mentality, you'll never do anything. The future hasn't even happened yet. So what's the point wasting time thinking about decisions you're making right now, because your decision hasn't happened yet, hasn't gone anywhere yet? It's good to understand that you have some fears, right? Even if it's only just one of these fears, it's still good to recognize what you're dealing with. So maybe yours is the fear of failure. Good. You know what the roadblock is. So lay the groundwork now and do the work now to be able to move past it, so that you can go get what's yours and go get what's waiting for you. I know, more motivational talk from John today, gentlemen, but look, the truth is, I love you guys and I want the best for you. I really do. Now, please let me know your thoughts on this down below. And if you made it this far, you are definitely one of the true legends. So hit that like button to let me know. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I will see you in the next one.